Hello everyone, this is Charlie and I'm back with another quick review video. Uh, it's been quite a while since I've done any sort of video. I think just a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks. So I finally decided to take some time to do it. S- First off, I'm gonna show a back issue, which I've had it for a while, but I'm not sure I showed it. This is Superman number 172 from a tie into Our Worlds at War. You hardly ever get to see these books at my shop. In fact, it's just getting very, very hard to get a lot of back issues recently. So, not like when I started out collecting, which I could find all sorts of back issues, but it just keeps getting harder. So, when I see something that I hadn't seen before, uh, I just grab them. Um, from 2 weeks ago, Supergirl Matrix number one. This is actually focuses on the Matrix Supergirl from the 90s, uh, which she's explained throughout the book perfectly well. Um, Not so much for the Lex Luthor, who at that time had faked his own death, had his mind transplanted to a cloned body, and pretended to be his illegitimate son uh, until around Tissues Action 699 700. The whole thing really blew up. It's by Keith Giffen, so it's totally a very different type of book from, I guess, the rest of the Convergent stuff. Just funny. The characters are totally acting over the top. They actually face off against Lady Quark and Lord Vault from Crisis, who are much more interested in fighting among themselves than, Supergirl. So it's a really great read. It's just fun, and the art really fits the tone of the book. So from last week, two books actually by Marv Wolfman, The Adventures of Superman and the New Teen Titans. So the Superman issue is basically focused a lot more on Supergirl. It's a very Supergirl centric story, and a lot of people just link Marv Wolfman to her death in Crisis. So he really, writes a really great Supergirl story. She learns about her death in Crisis, and despite that, she accepts it if it would help, the heroes uh, save the world. Then there's the new Teen Titans book. So I've hardly ever read any of the Marv Wolfman, George Perez run on the new Teen Titans. I actually only own one issue, issue 39, which is the one where Kid Wally West, quit the Titans and Dick Grayson gave up the Robin identity. So I got that a while back, and I feel really lucky for like the only 80s pre-crisis issue to have found, getting that issue, which is incredibly significant in the development of both Wally West and Dick Grayson was great. So this issue, you know, so that kind of got me hooked on trying to learn more about or get more Titans books. But like I've mentioned, it's just really hard getting a lot of these older titles in the back issues. Uh, this issue pits the Titans with the Tangent Universe, and yeah, it's a great book, and the art by Nicola Scott is just wonderful. I love her art. I'm a big fan of Nicola Scott. Finally, Buffy season 10, issue number 14. Uh, this issue, uh, it this issue is actually very interesting because it sort of adds a new wrinkle to the whole vampire mythos of the Buffyverse. It seems that the last couple of issues, Spy has been dreaming of killing again as a vampire. But as it turns out, this whole thing is linked to the vampire that actually sired the master, from season 1 especially. Uh, and we learned that there's actually a sort of a lineage of vampires. So in the Buffy verse, just made it very clear that vampires are, humans uh, who are possessed by demons. But as it turns out, it's actually like the same demon, sort of like a little piece of their essence is passed along throughout the various vampires that are being sired. So in a sense, Spike and Angel and Darla and Drusilla, they're all, linked with this one vampire who sired the Master, who sired Darla, who, you know, so on and so forth. So I really like the addition to this, to the myth. I mean, even if it's been years since the show ended, it keeps adding stuff to that whole mythology, and it's really really great. So yeah, so those are the books that I got. Hopefully, I'll try to do more of this much more frequently. Just sometimes there isn't a lot of time to set things up. So I guess that's it. Uh, until next time, keep smiling.